My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Okay. So force is what? Force we can say that. Force we can say that is a push or a pull. Okay.
Pull.
So when somebody came to your house, you have to what you want to do if your front door is closed, what you will do? You
We
have
will
to
pull the door.
Yes, we have to open the door, right? So for that, what we will do, we will pull that door. Yes, we want to yes, we
Pull
want to give some force and we will pull that door. And when we want to close that door, what we will do?
We will push.
Yes. So push and pull, everything is a type of force only, right? These are all the force. And you are all like to play football.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
At that time, what you want to do? What you will do? You will
Kick
Yes,
the ball.
you will kick the football. At that time also what you want to apply force, right? When you apply more force, the ball will go in the greater distance. And when you apply small force, it will go to a lesser distance only, right? So
Yes.
that is what is the force. Okay. Now, what are the effects of force? How the force can change everything? Like, first, we can say that it can move a stationary object. When a stationary object means what? When an object which is not moving. Okay, for example, you have a pen is there in the table. We take that pen and keep it somewhere else. For that, we are applying some force, right? We are taking that pen and we are keeping it somewhere else. So to move an stationary object from one place to another, we want to apply force. Next, it can also stop a moving object. When some object is moving, for example, you are traveling in a car. To stop that car, what we want to apply? We want to apply what you will apply to stop the car?
Force.
Break.
Force. Yes, brake. Okay, that is you have to apply the force only. And also it can make moving objects more faster. For example, if you kick the football very fast, it will go to a greater distance. And if you kick with less force, it will go only lesser distance. Okay, so it can also make moving object move faster, and also it can slow down a moving object. And also sometimes it can change the direction of the moving object also. Yes, force is responsible for changing the direction. When a car is moving in a straight line, when we will apply force to change the direction to the left or right. Okay, so it can change the direction of an object also, and it can change the shape and size of an object. For example, when we in your home,
Play.
yes, your mummy will make roti, right? So with that flour, she will make into a duff by beating and beating, right? So it can changes the shape also. For that also, we want to apply some force, right? So the force can also change the shape and size of the object also. Yes, these are the effects of force.
Force.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
yes, okay. Now, let us see what are the different types of forces. So, force can be mainly classified into two types. What are they? That is
Ma'am.
contact force as well as non-contact force. What are they? Contact force,
Contact force,
Contact force.
non-contact.
Non-contact force.
non-contact force. Okay, so contact force means what? It is the force exerted by an object on another object through physical contact. For example, muscular force, frictional force, etc. I will explain all the forces in detail. Okay, just I'm saying the example only now. We will discuss every type of force in detail. Now, example of contact force is muscular force. As I told you, in the morning when we get up, we will open our eyes. Okay, so there what force is acting there? Muscular force only. Our muscles. What is the name of the muscles that is present in our eyes? The muscle is called, you know,
Eyelid.
ciliary muscles. Okay, ciliary muscles, they will pull it up. Okay, and also when we feel asleep, our eyes are very heavy and the eyes will fall down, right? When we are very sleepy, right? So that is also a force. Okay, so muscular and frictional force is the example of contact forces, and also mechanical forces. In these type of what we are they both they are touching, they are physical contact, right? They are touching only. The muscular force, that is muscles are acting, right? Yes, that is contact force. Non-contact force means what? They will never touch each other. For example, you all play with magnets. Magnets you like,
Yes,
all of
ma'am.
you
Yes,
play.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Magnets, what they will do when at a greater distance, there is a chance they will attract each other. From the greater distance also, there is a tendency to come faster. Okay, because we are not, yes, yes. Okay. So we are actually, there is no contact between the two magnets, but there is a force acting in between, right? That is the non-contact force, because there is no physical contact in between the two forces. That is the non-contact force. Also the electrostatic force, gravitational force. These are the examples of non-contact force. Understand all of you what is contact and non-contact force?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, contact force means there will be a contact between the forces, and non-contact means there is no contact. For example, magnetic force, gravitational force, electrostatic force, etc. We will discuss all these forces in detail. Now, coming to the first type of force, that is the muscular force. Muscular force is the force exerted by the muscles of our body. For example, whenever we want to lift something, for kicking a football, pushing a door, everything, which type of force is acting in these cases? Muscular force. Because who is working in this case? Our muscles are working, right?
Muscle.
Yes. So these type of forces, okay, for doing all these things, muscular force is acting here. Okay. Okay. Can you please anyone tell me one any other examples of muscular force?
Ma'am.
Yes, Arnav. Hmm.
Opening a book.
Yes, opening a book. Then yes.
Then squeezing sponge.
Yes, okay. So these are the muscular force. That is, wherever our muscles are acting, that type of, and we are doing some work by involving the muscles. That is the muscular force. And next is the frictional force. Have you heard about this frictional force, all of you? Anybody? Frictional
Frictional.
force?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, those who don't know, I'm here to explain. Okay, so frictional force means what? Frictional force is helping us to walk. Okay, otherwise, if there is no frictional force, what will happen? We will fall down. Frictional force
Skip.
is acting opposite to that of our motion. We are moving, right? So frictional force, if there is no frictional force, what will happen? We will fall down. Frictional force is helping us to walking, running, and also the car. There is a friction between the car and the road. That is why car is able to run on the road. And also whenever we write with a pen or pencil on the book, okay? In the book, this frictional force is helping us to write. Also, when there is a mistake, also when we erase with the eraser, right? So, frictional force is helping us to erase everything when we do the mistake. Frictional force, okay? Frictional force is just acting opposite to that of motion. Yes, there are many advantages for friction force. Friction is helping us to walk without falling. Frictional force is helping us to hold any objects, because we are able to hold anything because of frictional force only. Otherwise, the object will fall down from our hands. What will happen if there is no frictional force? All the objects will fall down from our hand only. And when you climb a tree, playing sports, and also when you're skating on ice, because there is ice, the friction is what? Friction? Yes, that there is less friction only. That's why you are able to very move skates, slide. Okay, skate slides very easily in the ice. Yes. Yes, and also while you sliding in the park, have you seen the slides? Yes, all of you have slide right in the park. Okay,
Yes.
so there is a friction between your dress and the slide. That's why it will slow down to coming. Otherwise, it will be very slippery only, because there will be less friction only. Okay, and anybody, can you please tell me some of the real examples of frictional force? Any other, if you know? Anybody? Riddhiman, Arnav?
Rubbing your hand on the floor.
Yeah, rubbing your hands. Yes, it will keep our hand. Yes, warm. Yes, that is a frictional force. Sorry?
Meeting.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, tapping something.
Tapping something. No, typing something, that is only we are using our muscles only, right?
Stick with match.
Eh?
Rub the match. Stick with match.
Ma'am, rub the matchstick with match.
Yes, that is frictional force. Yes, striking a matchstick is frictional force. Very good. So these are the different types of frictional force. Okay. So they are helping us to walk. Without frictional force, what will happen? We always slip down only, right? We will not be able to walk. Yes.
Ma'am, opening a cupboard.
Yes. Opening a cupboard, that is muscular force only. Okay. Next type of force is mechanical force. Mechanical force means what? Yes, sometimes a machine or some person, okay, they will do some work. For example, by lifting of heavy loads by some machines or by some persons, okay, they are using their mechanical force only, because during construction, big heavy loads has to be placed there, right? Yes, and also the scissor, cutting with the scissors, train engine, they are the examples of mechanical force. This will be either there is a person or machine will be there, okay? So mechanical force is also a contact force. They are contact because there is a contact between these forces. Okay, next is the magnetic force. All of you know this, right? Magnetic force. All of you will play with the magnets. Yes. Here
Yes.
in this picture, you can see some of the iron nails are here and here a magnet is there. So there is no contact between the iron nails and the magnet, but there is a force, right? There is a tendency to attract. So that type of force is called magnetic force, and it is a non-contact force. There is no contact, physical contact between these forces. So this is a non-contact force only. And next one is the elastic force. What is elastic force?
Elastic force means
Mhm.
stretching something.
Yeah, stretching something like rubber band. When we stretch, it will be like this only. And when we
And when we release,
yes.
and when we release, it comes
Yes.
back to its
Yeah, when we
normal
yes,
thing.
yes. When we release it, it will come back to its original shape, right? And also the spring also. So what type of force is this elastic force? Is it contact or non-contact?
It is contact.
Yes, contact only because we are stretching that, right? Yes, contact force only. Very good. Next is the gravitational force. Yes. What is gravitational force? Gravitational force. Hmm. Yes, Arnav.
The force that
Hmm.
the force which Earth generates to attract something
Hmm.
and attract something like a object
Hmm.
to it. It is
Yes.
also a one magnetic force.
Okay.
A type
So
of
anybody? Yes. Yes.
object.
Yes, Samruddhi.
Gravitational force.
Yes. For yes. Everything.
Ma'am,
Every object. Hmm.
gravitational force is a
Hmm.
force
Hmm.
um which attracts all the things to the ground.
Yes, to the earth. Yes, yes. So it is a gravitational force is a force by the earth in which earth will pull all the objects towards itself, right? Earth, there is a force in the earth that earth will always pull all the objects towards it only. That's why we are in the ground only. Otherwise, what will happen if there is no gravitational force? What will happen?
Zero gravity.
Zero gravity. Yes, we will all float only, okay? We will not be able to sit like in the ground. We will all float and all the objects will
It
also
would
float.
be it would be
Yes.
a feeling on the space.
Hmm. Yes, everything is falling down, rain is falling down, all the fruits, everything, leaf, everything which is all or whatever may be the when we throw a ball also it will fall down only when some distance it will go up and it will fall down only, okay? So that is the gravitational force. So
Ma'am,
actually what is yes.
ma'am, if we put perfume on us, will the perfume be with us or it would fly in the air?
Perfume?
Yes.
perfume we are spraying in our cloth only. It is gets absorbed by our cloth.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is volatile of nature, right? It will evaporate easily. Yes. Now, next is the buoyant force. Okay, buoyant force means what? Yes, always I know that all of you will play with. Yes, what is buoyant force? Lightweight objects will always float in the water. Okay, take a bucket of water and you have all of you having like plastic ball, right? Plastic ball and one coin. Okay, and when you put this plastic ball and this coin in the water, what will happen?
The coin will sink to the bottom.
Yes.
And the plastic ball will float on the water. And
Yes.
the plastic
Yes.
ball will be going down.
Yes, yes. So plastic ball will float in the water and coin will sink in the water. Why? Because in the water there is a upward push in the water. So that if the weight of the object is very low, the water can push it up. Right? The water can push it up so that it is able to float in the water. But the coin, the weight is more than that of the water. If so, the water will not be able to push it upward. That's why it is sinking in the water, that coin. Okay. And also in the water like sea and all, you can see ship, boat and all, but they are looking with it is weight only, but that is designed in a way only in the lightweight only. Okay, that is designed to float in the water only. Okay. Next is the electrostatic force. Electrostatic force means what? Have you ever tried this with your scale or
ma'am.
pen like this? Yes, and with a
Yes,
small bit of paper, and it will get attract to that. Yes, all of you have tried this
Yes, ma'am.
with a
Yes,
ball.
This
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
I
So what?
learned this. I learned this electrostatic force from
Yes.
my cousin.
A paper.
Okay. Okay. So electrostatic force means what? Okay. So all the objects as either, okay, listen here, all of you. Yes, all the objects as either positive charge or negative charge. Like our magnet has north pole and south pole. All the objects have either positive or negative. And what will happen? If these two charges are positive, we know that in the magnet, like poles will attract or repel each other, like poles.
ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಬೇಡಿ ನೀವು
Like poles attract or repel each other in the magnet. Yes. What will happen if the poles are now north and north pole will attract or repel?
Attract.
No. Same pole, like poles will repel each other, unlike poles will attract. So north and south pole will attract. Like that, here positive and positive, same charges will repel each other, and opposite charges, whether it is positive or negative, they will attract each other. And when we rub, okay, when we rub that pencil with our hair like that, they will get a charge. Okay, they will get a charge, and if the charge is positive and one is negative, they will attract each other. That's why when we rub with our hair like this, with like this pen or scale, something like that, and when we bring that to a bit of small bit of paper, it has a tendency to attract. This is due to what? This is due to electrostatic force only. Yes. And also during winter, have you ever noticed during winter time in the blankets, sometimes when you sleep, there is a clicking sound or shocking like in your skin. Have you ever noticed that? Anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
this is
From
yes,
that,
this is also due to the electrostatic force.
Electrostatic
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. Only that example taught me electrostatic force, which taught by my cousin.
Okay, very
Told me
good.
this force.
Okay, so these are the different types of forces. Okay, forces are two types, contact and non-contact force. And these are the different types of force, that is muscular force, frictional force, mechanical force, magnetic force, elastic force, gravitational force, buoyant force, and electrostatic force. So these are the different types of forces that we are dealing with our daily day-to-day life. Okay. Now let us discuss some of the questions. Okay. So now you have to tell me the answer. Dry leaves fall from a tree. Sorry, leaves from a tree fall down on the ground due to what? Which type of force?
Gravitational force.
Gravitational force.
B.
Yes.
Gravitational force.
Gravitational force. Very good. It is everything. Yes. Yes. Earth will pull everything towards it. So that is gravitational force. Now, why our slippers should be well groomed? You can see small spikes in your shoes, right? Why it is because of? Yes.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
it increases the friction.
Yes, it increases the friction due to that spikes. It is not smooth. Okay, in the shoe you can in shoes you can see small spike in that, right? So this is due to what? To increase the friction. What will happen if there is an increase in friction?
It
Friction
will
increases.
the sleeper will sleep easily.
Yeah, if the friction increases, what will happen? We will not fall easily because of the spikes are there, right? So we will not fall easily. So this is A is the answer. Next. See here, what is this? In this picture, all of you can see this picture. Yes, this is a banana peel only. This is banana peel. And
He is sleeping. Which force that is?
yes, the man in the diagram what will happen to this man if he is walking and there is a banana peel here? Yes, what
Ma'am,
will happen?
D. Fall because the banana peel will increase the friction between his shoes and the ground.
D. No.
D.
No, if there is if his shoes come in contact with banana peel, what will happen? There will be a reduce in friction because it will become very smooth, right? So there is a reduce in friction, not increase in friction. Due to that reduce in friction, what will happen? He will fall down only. Okay, not increase in friction because banana peel is very smooth. When it comes when it comes in contact with his shoes, there is reduce in friction and he will fall down. C is the correct option. Next. Which activity requires a different force than the one involved in rest three activities? Okay. Let us discuss all the activities. Okay. You want to tell me which force is acting in all these activities. First one, a plastic ball keeps floating on surface of water kept in a bucket.
Boy.
What?
Force.
Yes.
Boy
Yes.
and
Very
force.
good. Yes. Buoyant force, yes. Then, what about a rolling ball on the floor stops after some time on its own? What type
Frictional
of force is?
force.
Yes, frictional force. Only Arnav is answering. What about others? Yes, Omkarna, Samruti, Aishani, Danvit, all of you should answer, okay? Next, wearing and tearing of tires of an old car.
Frictional force.
Yes, that is also frictional force, and that is one of the drawback we can say for frictional force. And heating up of hands while rubbing, what type of force is this?
Frictional force.
Yes, again frictional force. So which is the odd one out of this?
A. Buoyant
Yes,
force.
A is the odd one out. Rest of the others are frictional force only. Okay. So that is the correct answer. Next, Nishant cut the thread from which a stone was tied and suspended. He observed the changes and concluded that. So here you can see in the picture what did Nishant did. Yes, he cut with a scissor this thread. He cut the thread with a scissor. So what will happen?
Ma'am,
Air puts the falling objects. Gravity pulls object towards
B.
ground. The
Ma'am,
thread.
gravity
B.
pulling.
Yes.
Ma'am, B.
B.
B is the correct
Gravity
answer
puts object
because
towards the ground.
yes, yes. Whenever Nishan cut that thread, stone will fall down, and it is due to the gravity. And due to gravity, Earth will pull all the objects towards it, and that is the gravitational force. So B is the correct answer. Okay. So all of you understand what is force and what are the different types of force?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, what are the two classification of forces? How can we classify forces?
Contact force and
Non-
non-contact force.
Yes, contact
Non-contact
force and
force and
non-contact force.
non-contact.
Yes. Okay. So we will stop here now.